So it is BBC Introducing on a Thursday night with me, Sean McGinty. If you want to get in touch with the programme, sean.mcginty@bbc.co.uk. On Facebook and on Twitter, just search for BBC Lancashire. So, after playing in bands, producing music and holding stages at other people's festivals, Pete Compo, no relation, brackets, has taken the leap and organised his own festival. There's going to be music, there's going to be graffiti, there's even going to be a band playing you can throw paint on. I like the sound of that. It's all a bit mad. Pete's with us here now. Hi, Pete.
Hi, mate, you all right?
What made you... I mean, I guess you've been involved with festivals before, yeah? Is that kind of how you got into this?
Yeah. But, I think the festival jump was from doing free parties and stuff. I don't know if I should mention that.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Not entirely legal, but it's just from putting events on in all over the place. There's a distinct lack of venues for stuff, so
yeah.
There's nothing better than getting a tent and doing it outdoors, and then there's no limitation for how long you want to do it for. What you want to put on. You can put, you can be as eclectic as you like then. And
yeah. Are you putting it together? Have you got kind of a group of people that are helping?
Oh yeah, there's loads of us helping. There's different crews that are putting it together. There's the Konflict tent, run by the guys from Konflict Radio and stuff. The Best Joined Up tent, who are they are part of lots of festivals all over the world and stuff. They've got a really big presence, but they're more of an art-based, street art and graffiti-based tent. There's all sorts of involvement from companies like Dare to Be Different, who. We have thought this was a bit of a nice quirk. Instead of having stewards at the festival, we've got 38 conflict fairies who are all fully dressed up as fairies.
I'm glad you explained that to me. That's what they were. So I'm looking at it going, there's even pictures of conflict fairies on the Facebook.
They just had a photo shoot for, we did a night at the venue. It was brilliant, like an all-day session free party at the venue on Sunday. And they'd all been to the photo shoot, so then came to it afterwards. But yeah, it was cool. It went down really well.
When did you first come up with this idea?
For the festival?
Yeah. Or have you kind of always wanted to do something?
Yeah, well, I've like pre-Beat Herder, I used to do a little party in those woods, and we've done between me and my friends, we've done parties in Sheffield, in woods, and all over the place. And
tell us about those. Or do you feel that we might hear a siren and somebody arrive and arrest you and take you away?
A little bit. They weren't the most legal things, but I mean,
let's say you weren't involved in the organising. What were they like?
Brilliant, wicked. There were no limitations to anything, so it was just
turn up with a generator. Yeah, it's marquee.
Yeah. I sometimes not even that. Just hanging a bit of a tarpaulin off the back of a van, putting a sound system in it.
Fantastic.
As easy to get away as possible if needs be. And
so when was this? What sort of period are we talking about?
Oh God, my timescale's rubbish.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm 33 now, so I guess I've been doing venues and things. Probably mid-20s when I started doing.
Yeah.
Early to mid-20s.
So maybe late 90s,
parties,
2000, something like that.
Yeah.
So it kind of gone past the sort of the late 80s, obviously, because you're not old enough for that. But the late 80s kind of warehouse parties and going off in fields and doing all that stuff.
I went
but
to
it was
a lot.
Continuing
of,
that, was it?
The early 90s, I went to a lot of the. I went to the Hacienda a couple of times and stuff. And I'd like to think, I caught the latter end of it, so. I feel like I was a little bit part of that scene. So
and that kind of inspired you, did it?
Yeah, of course, massively, yeah.
So what is it? What is it about bringing people together in that context, in a kind of naughty, slap wrist, illegal context in a wood
that appeals?
Yeah.
I don't know. I suppose I've kind of grown out of that as well. That was a lot of my youth, and it was just like I say, it was just the lack of venues to do it do, and especially with the stuff that. We like to do, I don't want to be stuck to one genre of music, which when you put an event on, you've got sort of boundaries with things, but with the Pendle IMP Festival, we've got absolutely, we can do what we want.
You can do what you want.
We've got something there for pretty much everyone. We've got folk to acoustic stuff to drum and bass to jungle and, everything in between, So
when is this?
The festival's 14th to the 16th of September.
Right, and whereabouts are we going to find it?
As in when
where do we find it online so we can buy tickets?
www.imp-festival.co.uk.
Right, okay. And tickets, you can buy them through that, can you?
Yeah, £55.
£55 for the week. That's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, isn't it?
Yeah, Sunday night camping as well if you want.
Right, okay. Well, look, we're going to play a tune from one of the artists that's figuring at this here festival. It's Finger Waggers, Everyday Struggle, 23 minutes past 9.
every day I've got to try and look forward. Try to live my life but can barely afford it. See the pain across the globe, wondering what caused it. While political conflict got kids emptying full clips. Greedy governments raising the taxes quick. While terrorist attacks got the country scared to live. News reporters tell you to lock your doors. While the homeless has no place to call home. Out in the cold, afraid and alone. Harassed by the police, out on patrol. Turn to drugs till the devil takes the soul. Heroin addiction, now the devil's in control. You're at the bottom, ain't no turning back. Drugs in your system, don't know how to react. Your high'll go, feel like you've fallen flat. You need it back, you'll have to change and adapt. Do anything to get your next bag. Blag for money or feel the need to steal. Feed your habit when you really need a meal. Life's a blur and it doesn't seem real. So much pain, you don't know how to feel. You realise the hands of time ain't gonna heal. Now life's bleak, so you look for comfort on the streets, but only find comfort from the cold concrete. From the powers that be, money insecurity keeps them blind, they can't see. Cause mass destruction to set the world free, but stay ignorant to the pain across the country. Refuse to be responsible for this harsh reality, producing lies we're expected to believe. Content with war and watching families grieve. Weave a sinister web to catch cash and keep the lot, while fundings for hospitals and schools take a drop. Corruption and greed keeps growing, it won't stop. The government schemes and skims money off the top, but if we commit a crime then we're on the chopping block. It's just an everyday struggle. It's just an everyday struggle. It's just an everyday struggle.
Fingerwaggers, Everyday Struggle. They're playing the Pendle IMP Festival. Is that right?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, I've got to get that right, because I keep calling it the IMP and the IMP and whatever. But it is the Pendle IMP Festival. And I've got Pete Compo with me, who I think it's fair to say you have put everything you have
a little
into
bit,
this.
yeah, maybe.
This is your whole...
Yeah, it's been hard graft, but I didn't. It sort of set off as just a fun thing, and then because of the involvement, I'd love to be able to mention everybody involved, but there's so many people that have jumped on board, and because of how it's just grown, and now the interest that everybody's shown in it, it's just got huge, and the hype that about it's insane. I didn't expect anything like this at all, and the backing that I've got from all over the place is wicked. East
Lancs, it's a very rich area for loads of genres of music. I mean, there's a lot of great acoustics, great DJs. How did you approach that? Because obviously there's hundreds of people that could have played. How did you approach kind of narrowing it down and choosing it?
That was kind of one of the reasons why I had the confidence to be able to start doing it, was because I've got some close friends that have come from Burnley and come from round here who have gone farther afield and doing really well, that are happy to come back and support a scene, which has then made it appealing for larger and bigger acts on a world scale to get involved as well. I know I've been in bands since I was 13, and I've done the gig circuit, and I did music at uni and stuff, so I know a lot of musicians, and I've grown up and I'd go and see gigs all the time, and it's my lifestyle, so I know a lot of people, and I kind of, before it even happened, I already sort of had a ghost idea, if you will, of what the lineup would be. There is quite a few that I hadn't heard of. There's some from further afield that I haven't heard of that got in touch quick enough, because as soon as it went out, I got pretty much bombarded daily with people trying to get on, and it's good fun trying to listen through them all. But it's a nice thing, though, isn't it? Yeah, and it's especially when you see that they're from around here and you've not heard from them as well, and it just broadens the fact that there is even more talent around here than you think. It's cool.
In terms of setting it up, there's I think there's a lot of people have the dream that you've had, and there's not many go, I'm going to do this. What about sort of finding a site, getting it legal, talking to the council, sorting all that stuff out? How's that been for you?
Relatively easy. I've got to thank a guy called Aid Law, who runs a festival himself called Sharmania. He was largely responsible for that. He's hooked me up with the guy who runs the land. He's put me in touch with the licensing officer, and environmental health and the police and the right people to speak to. Without him, I wouldn't. It was, and obviously.
And how were they?
Really good, really good. I think they're a bit sort of anxious that we might be a bit too noisy.
Yeah. Describe where it is. I mean, describe where the land is that you're going to be doing this.
It's called Noggath Top. It's between Fence and Barley.
Right.
It's a beautiful spot, the panoramic, gorgeous views of the whole Pendle Valley. It's pretty smart.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've been really supportive. I think that they know that, because we've been on the ball with such as risk assessments and stuff. We've got because we've got things like there's lots of art involved. That's the kind of thing about the festival. It's a creative arts and music festival.
Yeah.
Heavy creative arts involvement. And we've got like chainsaw artists doing live pieces and stuff, so we've had to be a little bit more on top. So I've shown that we can do, and we are going about it properly. So I think that they're taking us quite seriously on that, and they seem really supportive. But like I say, they're just as understandably worried about the noise. But we're
worried about the massive system you yanked off the back of a truck at some point in the last week. Yeah.
They saw a picture of the underground root sound system that we're using. It is an absolute monster. It's huge. But we're just going to try and keep that within the limits that we're allowed. I think it says on paper that they can have 35 decibels in somebody's house, the nearest house, so inside. So that's quite loud.
Yeah, sure. So if they're hearing that,
house, if they can, they have to go and stand in the nearest house with a meter, and if they can hear it at 35 decibels, so I think that we're all right.
That's going to be that's hard to achieve, actually, isn't it?
Well, not for the underground root sound system. It's not, but
keep it on 3, 3 or 4. You'll be right.
Near 11.
Well, we'll chat a bit more actually, because we're going to play an artist that we've known here on this programme. Jay Stansfield is playing.
Yeah, certainly is. I think it's part of his tour that he's doing, his UK tour at the minute.
Yeah.
It's going really well for him, yeah.
He's a great artist, and this is a remix of a Jay Stansfield song. It's BBC introducing on a Thursday night on BBC Radio Lancashire. 28 minutes to 10.
Some of us open, some of us fall. I've kissed them all, oversensitive.
Jay Stansfield, This Is Love, and Jay's playing the Pendle IMP Festival. Still got Pete with us this evening. Put just about everything into this, I think it's fair to say. Right, sort of finish this off. Ticket-wise, tickets are still available, but they are going fast.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people say that, but that is true in this case, isn't it?
Yeah, they didn't go as quickly initially as I'd hoped. It's been a gradual build-up, but then over the last sort of month or so, they've picked up lots, and I certainly think the fact that we've started putting photos of the fairies on the
yeah, I like that,
and I think that stuff like this, people are finding out more about it, so the tickets are starting to double and then double again and double. I'm selling quite a few every day,
and it's like
every day now.
I'm going.
Yeah.
Are you coming?
Yeah.
And it's getting that Facebook love as well, isn't it? Getting that out there too.
Yeah.
Right, in terms of, people can find out on your Facebook. I guess if people just search for Pendle IMP Festival, they'll find it on Facebook, won't they?
Yeah, of course will, yeah.
Yeah, and it's the 14th to 16th of September. It's off the M65. It's pretty close, easy to find. Going to be brown signed or something. How are people going to find it?
Yeah, I mean, there's directions and whatnot on the Facebook and on the website and stuff, but we'll certainly stick a few signs up on the way from the M65 and stuff.
And the way to get tickets is you can go through the Facebook or you can go through the website as well.
Yeah.
And it's £55 for the weekend.
Yep.
And that's your only ticket at the moment, because really, I mean, if you're going to go to this, you want to be there.
Yeah. I mean, that's part of the
that's the thing, isn't it? No point turning up for a couple of hours and going home.
Exactly, yeah. I think we might, depending, because there's been quite a lot of requests for day tickets, so I am starting to bend a little bit.
Don't bend yet.
Yeah, but because there's not very many left. Well, the thing is, it's quite a lot of friends. I think, I'm being biased because they're friends of mine that want to come, but they can't come for all weekend.
Right.
So I might release...
They can still pay £55, Pete.
Yeah, no.
Friends are not.
Yeah. Well, not for the weekend, but yeah. But I might release a very limited amount next week sometime.
All right, brilliant. Well, look, thank you very much for coming in.
My pleasure. Thanks
I really wish you the best, because, I mean, the stuff I've been looking at on your Facebook, I just think it's really quirky, but it's kind of cool, and it looks good, and you're trying to create something creative and music and help the local area as well, so I do appreciate that. The other thing is you've got a great big marquee within which... there's kind of inflatables, and you can do paintballing.
No, it's not inside the marquee. There is a 100-foot by 50-foot inflatable paintball arena. Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, it's cool.
That's fantastic.
It's going to be fun, yeah.
Check the Facebook out. Look for Pendle IMP Festival, and thanks very much for coming in, Pete.
My
really
pleasure.
appreciate
Thanks for
it.
having me,
Seriously,
mate.
the very, 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 very best of luck. Another act playing at the Pendle IMP Festival on, let me tell you the dates again, the 14th to the 16th of September, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This lot, Too Many Teas.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You're jamming with me, and I'm jamming with you. You're jamming with me, and I'm jamming with you. But if it ain't right, well then it ain't so. You ain't gonna vibe, oh you better go.
Love, when you hear me talking, yes I better put a little bit more force in. I've had my first, second, third, now I'm on my fourth wind. All I ever wanted was for you to endorse it.
Mate, can't you hear me talking? You bought a bunch of roses, lunch with 4 courses, but you're still cautious. You know she's never gonna let you get up into that fortress.
I'm pretty sure that this could be more, but now I'm getting more cause it's all the
Same Jane, play no game. I don't wanna sound lame, but it's all on you.
It ain't right to do what you do to me. It ain't right, so don't be untrue to me. It ain't right, so baby, mama, I'm talking. It ain't right to do what you do to me. It ain't right, so don't be untrue to me. It ain't right, so baby, mama, I'm talking.
You're jamming with me, and I'm jamming with you. You're jamming with me, and I'm jamming with you. But if it ain't right, well then it ain't so. You ain't gonna vibe, oh you better go.
It went from go-go
to no,
back and forth,
up and down.
like a yo-yo.
Yo.
No man, hold you down, flow.
What? Slow it down.
Yeah, I told you, man.
No way, Jose, you know me, so know this. I ain't getting played again.
But have you noticed that she knows Chris, and she knows Jim, knows Nick and Rich, and the size of all their
bollocks, man, you chat back and free.
toilets, man? the news.
You've seen what?
Yep, on a rack of double D.
You must be having a laugh.
Just listen to me, please.
It ain't right to do what you do to me. It ain't right, so don't be untrue to me. It ain't right, so bad. Mama, I'm talking. It ain't right to do what you do.
Too many T's. Too many T's. Put your microphone on. It ain't right. It's BBC Introducing on a Thursday night, 16 minutes to